Welcome to my home for some yoga at home. Today's class is going to be an all levels vinyasa flow, focusing on opening the heart. You will probably want, or definitely want, a block or something similar to that today, maybe a good thick hardback book or a small step stool, anything that you can maybe use to prop yourself with. Or for our first posture of the day where we're using the block to support ourselves, you may want a sturdy little pillow, maybe a rolled up blanket, something of that nature. You will also want a strap of some kind today. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could use a belt, a man's necktie, maybe a belt or tie off of the robe or a dress, something of that nature would work very well as well. We are talking today about opening our hearts. Heart opening in yoga is often used to describe back bending or chest opening postures. Heart opening affects not just the physical body and the chest, the tissues, the bone, all your musculature right here, but also the energetic and emotional heart that is located right here as well. Many of us develop a wall or armor in this area, our heart space, physically from poor posture during the day, and emotionally from all of our collective experiences throughout our lives. We can use our connection to breath and heart-opening asanas, our physical practice on our mat, to encourage releasing that tension by bringing more oxygen into the body and bloodstream and moving prana, or our life force energy, through this area, helping clear out all of those blockages. Practices focusing on opening the heart can sometimes bring up very deep emotions for some of us. As we attempt to remove physical or emotional blockages or issues in this area, it's different for everyone. And a lot of people experience sometimes some tears when they move through these back bending or heart opening practices. That's something that is okay and normal, and especially because you're at home in your own house, you're able to sit with and really deal with well, if you so choose to do that. It allows us to truly experience our deep and true selves and to understand these qualities in others. Opening the heart allows you to cultivate empathy and love towards yourself and towards everything and everyone around you. And we need so much more empathy and more love in the world around us today. You'll want to grab your block, rolled up blanket, pillow, bolster, whatever you have, and maybe on your back for supported fish pose. We'll be placing our block directly underneath the shoulder blades, in between the shoulder blades, under the back. You can have your block short waist, medium, or even tall, depends on how much space you have. Everybody's different. Legs extend long, finding that perfect spot on your back where you can lay over your block. The crown of the head and the tailbone should be on the mat. Arms can extend long down the sides. Find what works best for you. Take a moment here and just begin to relax. We're going to be in this posture for a few minutes. You can let the eyes close if that's comfortable for you. And you can readjust your position at any point you need to. This passive heart opener is fantastic for some of us, but could be a little intense or uncomfortable for others. If you have any type of neck or shoulder issues, keeping your block on a lower setting, a lower position, could feel more comfortable, be better accessible for you. Let the breath just start to lengthen here. Deeper inhales, deeper exhales. Starting to just settle into your mat. Not worrying about what you have going on before class. Don't think about what you have going on after class. Just being fully present right here, right now. Maybe let these long inhales and long exhales start turning into that ujjayi breath or breath of fire. Deeper inhale through the nose, slightly constricted throat for an audible exhale. Knowing that you can listen to your body throughout practice. This is your time on your mat. You can move, change, adjust, do what you need to do. Listening to your body throughout your practice is the perfect way to show yourself love and empathy. Two more full cycles of breath right here. On your inhale, carefully bring weight into the elbows or arms first. Remove that block from underneath you, and then weigh all the way back down to the mat. Draw your knees into your chest, being gentle. Massage the back on the mat, taking a nice little counter stretch to that first back bend. Keep the knees over the chest. Tee or cactus out the arms. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Gaze over that right shoulder. Both shoulders are connected to the mat. Maybe the left hand can press the knees over. You could always place a block or pillow underneath the knees to help support them as they lay over to one side or the other. Engage the core. Inhale through center. Exhale, knees to the right this time. Both shoulder blades connected to the mat. Maybe gaze over the left shoulder. Engage the core. Inhale through center. Exhale left. Inhale through center. Exhale right. Inhale through center. Give yourself a squeeze, make yourself as tiny as possible. Take a few rock and rolls and roll all the way over to that tabletop pose. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Create a long line down the crown of the head, through the spine, all the way to the tailbone. Gaze right past the nose, engage the core. Inhale, drop the belly for cow pose. Exhale, arch the back for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Moving with your breath. Take any organic movements that feel good for you. Your chance to wake up the spine, the shoulders, the hips. Every exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Every inhale, dropping the belly, letting the heart and tailbone shine out. Moving with your breath. Two more full cycles of breath in your cat and cow. Then find that neutral tabletop. Inhale the hands one palm, print forward, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels here. Bending one knee, then the other. Firm pressure between both hands. Fingers are nice and wide. The chest sinks towards the thighs. Getting a big stretch on the back of the upper back and shoulders. Strong arms. Maybe the heels begin reaching towards the mat. Tailbone reaches towards the ceiling. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, slowly walk feet to hands for ragdoll. Generous bend in the knees, let the torso hang heavy. You can sway side to side. Grab the elbows. Stretch the shoulders, whatever feels best for you. Bring hands to the mat if they're not. Heel toe the feet together. And on an inhale, roll up the spine one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way up to your extended mountain. Exhale, bend the knees, dive it back down. Inhale, roll it up. All the way. Exhale, bend the knees, dive it back down. Inhale, roll it up. One vertebrae at a time. Exhale, dive it back down. One more. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, dive it back down. Hang out right here for that ragdoll. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Knee comes down. Inhale, low crescent lunge, rising up. You have the right knee over the right ankle. Left knee is on the mat. You can always fold your mat or maybe grab a little towel or something to help support your knee right there. Hips and shoulders are square to the front, neutral pelvis. Arms can be reaching up or maybe heart center. Finding that breath if you lost it. Long inhales, long exhales. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, press it out. Inhale, swoop the arms up and back. Exhale, bring them through. Press all that love out. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, sink it in. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, push it up. Last one. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, low lunge. Frame the front foot this time and lift the back knee. Sink into this lunge right here. You can always have your hands on blocks for more space. Inhale, press it back, straightening that front leg, stretching into the hamstring. Inhale here, exhale, sink it forward. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, press it back, holding here over this straight front leg. You can absolutely grab your block, stool, book, whatever you need for support. Your back heel is lifted. Your spine is as long as possible. Trying to stretch into the front of the back of the front leg. Carefully bend into that front knee. Low lunge. Inhale, step straight back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out right here. Inhale, high plank, stretch it out long. Hold it steady right here. You could always use your knees during your practice. From our high plank, take an inhale, exhale, dip to the right, left, right, left, right, left. Hold Exhale. Bring the hands closer to your rib cage. Glue the feet to the top of your mat. Squeeze the elbows together. Exhale everything out. Inhale, cobra pose. Pressing yourself up. Excuse me. Squeeze the elbows together. Broaden through the collarbones. Lengthen through the legs. Reach the crown of the head straight up. You should not feel any pressure in the lower lumbar. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes. Inhale through tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out right here. Find that neutral down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, holding it up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Drop that back heel. Inhale, warrior two, sinking into that nice wide surfer stance. Right knee over right ankle. Press into the pinky edge of the left foot. Arms reach forward and back. Core is engaged. Gaze over that front middle finger. If you find that front knee is caving in, use that right glute. Keep it pressed out over the ankle, sinking in. One more big inhale here. Exhale, hands to mat. High plank. Hold it here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out if that feels good. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot steps back, knee comes down. Inhale, low crescent lunge, other side. Left knee over left ankle, back knee on the mat. If you want, you can fold the mat or bring a towel under the knee on this side as well. Back toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels best for you. Shoulders and hips square to the front of your mat. Arms reach high or come to heart center. Left glute is active. Sinking the hips forward. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands come through the heart. Press it all the way out. Inhale, reach it up and around. Exhale, sink it in, press it forward. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, press it out. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, the low lunge. Hands frame the front foot. Back knee lifts. Sink into that lunge right here. Inhale, press it back. Straighten that front leg. Back heel is lifted. Exhale, sink it in. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, sink it in. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, sink it in. Inhale, press it back. Holding here, just like before. Hands can be on the mat, a block, the shin. Back heel is lifted. You're pulling that left hip back, right hip forward, trying to keep the pelvis neutral. Spine is nice and long. Stretching gently through the back of that front leg. Core is engaged, even here. Carefully bend into that front knee. Low lunge. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Step it straight back. Pedal it out. Inhale. High plank. Nice and long. Exhale. Belly all the way to the mat. Just like before. Hands come to the ribs. Elbows squeeze back, glue the feet to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose, pressing yourself up, broadening through the collarbones, leading with the crown of the head. Bending through the whole spine, not dumping into the lower back. Exhale, lower down. Take a breath here. Hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift. Pedaling here. Find that neutral down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Stepping through. Back heel comes down. Inhale, warrior two, other side. Nice wide surfer stance on the left. Left knee over left ankle. Press into the pinky edge of the right foot. Arms come forward and back. Gaze over that front middle finger. If you find your left knee caving in, press it out with that glute. Straighten and lengthen that right leg. Sink into it. Inhale here. Exhale. Hands to mat. High plank, holding steady. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels. We're going to take one round of sun A. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain, rising high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale for your half series. High to low plank, on or off the knees. Finding upward facing dog or baby cobra. And then your downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, sink nice and low. Your chest is kind of on your thighs, arms reach forward. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sit it all the way down, finding your boat pose. So you could have toes on the mat, hands behind the knees. You could have toes lifted, arms free. You could straighten. Find your boat pose, wherever that is for you today. Wherever you are, chest is nice and long, shoulders down the back. Big inhale here. Exhale, plant the feet, arms reach forward, roll down the spine one vertebrae at a time, using your core on an exhale, nice and slow. Arms come down by the sides, heels walk in towards the bum, exhale everything out. Inhale, lift, bridge pose. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Engage the glutes, the hamstrings, the erector spinae up the back. Exhale, lower down. Point the toes, lift the feet. Inhale, boat pose, bring it right back up. Holding steady right here. Core is engaged, chest is lifted. Smile. It's just a little core work. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the feet, arms reach forward. Roll all the way down the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Palms come to your sides, feet walk in. Exhale, everything out. Inhale, lift, bridge pose, pressing straight up. Remembering to breathe. Pressing the hips as high as you can. Nice strong glutes. Exhale, lower down, point the toes. Lift them. Inhale, boat pose, coming back up. Finding one place to gaze. Nice and steady. Exhale, feet down, arms reach. Roll all the way to the back. Our very last bridge pose. Heels come close to the bum, arms by the sides, exhale everything out. Inhale, lift, hips press nice and high. Maybe walk the hands under the back this time, helping lift the heart even more. Stretching the front of the body, the quads, hip flexors, core, chest. Release the hands if you have them, lower down. This time, tick-tock the knees side to side. Draw knees into the chest. Take a few rock and rolls. Make your way all the way over. Finding your tabletop first. Hips will stay high. Feet can be tucked or untucked. On an inhale, crawl the hands forward. And then exhale, sink the heart and chin towards the mat for puppy pose. This can be a very intense shoulder stretch. You can place the block under your chest or under your forehead. Remembering to breathe even here. Bring weight into the forearms first on your inhale. Walk either the knees in or hands in. And we're going to take a passive tabletop, passive child's pose. Sink over the closed knees, forehead to the mat, arms reach back. Maybe they grab the heels. Tucking the chin, letting the shoulders fall away from each other. Inhale to tabletop, rising up, bringing hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes and exhale to a downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain, rising all the way up. Exhale, sink into your chair, hands coming to heart center. If the ankles are together, knees are together. If ankles are apart, knees are apart. Find what feels best for you. Core is engaged, shoulders are down the back. Find one place to gaze. Engage the glutes, they're helping you in this chair pose. Big inhale here. Exhale, sink lower. Inhale over the thighs. Exhale, revolve right. Left elbow, right knee. Or you can open to the right. Whatever twist feels best for you. The knees are even with each other no matter where you are. Belly button draws in, helping you try to deepen that twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Bring hands behind the back at the base of the tailbone. And then on an inhale, let the arms fall overhead, stretching through the shoulders, stretching deeper through the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift, releasing the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps back, high crescent lunge, rising straight up. Back heel is lifted. Right knee is over right ankle. Hips and shoulders square to the front of your mat. Hands can be reaching high or heart center, whatever feels best for you. Right glute is holding you steady. Press through that left heel. A strong left leg helps you stay balanced. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale for the back bend, lifting the head, chest, pulling the knuckles towards your mat. Inhale here. Exhale, humble crescent. Right shoulder to right knee, arms fall overhead, tuck the chin. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale for length. Exhale, revolve right, left elbow, right knee. Revolved high crescent lunge. Parita Anjaneyasana. Belly button draws in. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, lizard lunge. Hands come inside the front foot, back knee comes down. So just like our low crescent, if you want to fold your mat for some knee cushion, go right ahead. We're going to be like this for a little bit. Right toes can crawl out towards the right corner of your mat, then you can stay straight up or it can fall open. Hands can stay on your mat. They can come to a block. Elbows, elbows, whatever feels best for you here. Everyone's different. We're going to be holding this for several breaths. Knowing that we are going to be here for several breaths, you can adjust your position at any point that you want or need to. Wherever you are, I'd like to invite you to bend that left leg, reach back with the right hand to the foot if you can grab it. If not, that's okay. Just open the heart out to the right, with or without the foot in your hand. Sinking into the right hip, stretching through the left quad and hip flexor, rotating through the thoracic spine, opening the chest and the heart towards the right side of the room. Inhale to carefully release. Hands come back to the mat. That right foot comes right next to your right hand. Tuck the left toes, lift that back knee for high runner's lunge. Inhale, side plank, right side lift. Step that right foot back. You can be stacked, staggered, or you could have your bottom knee down for modified side plank. Wherever you are, lift the hips nice and high. Big inhale here. Exhale, right hand to the mat. High crescent lunge. Hold it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior two, rising up. Setting up your nice wide surfer stance. Inhale, reach all the way forward. Exhale, extended side angle. You could have the elbow inside the knee, on top of the knee, or you could have your hand on a block for support. Left arm reaches high, heart and hips open to the side. Inhale, warrior two. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat, half series. High to low plank. Finding upward facing dog or baby cobra. And then your downward facing dog. Pedal it out right here. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet to hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, chair pose. Finding your seat once again. Glutes are engaged, hands at heart center. Inhale, length over the thighs. Exhale, revolve right. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Hands behind the back, interlace them the weird way this time. Inhale, let them fall overhead. Remembering to breathe. Long inhales, long exhales. Inhale, releasing the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps back. High crescent lunge, rising up on this side. Left knee over left ankle, back heel is lifted. Hips and shoulders square to the front of your mat. Arms can reach high or be at heart center, whatever feels best for you. Finding one place to gaze. Core is engaged. Letting that left glute hold you steady. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale for the back bend, lifting the chest. Opening the heart towards the ceiling. Big inhale here. Exhale, humble crescent. Left shoulder, left knee, hands fall overhead, tuck the chin. Inhale, high crescent lunge, rising straight back up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale for length. Exhale, revolve left. Right elbow, left knee. You can always bring that back knee down for support or grounding. Inhale, unwind, high crescent lunge. Exhale, lizard lunge. Hands inside that front foot, back knee down, just like before. You can bend that mat, giving yourself some cushion. Left foot comes out towards the left corner, and you can stay up or fall open, whatever feels best for your hips. Finding the best placement for your hands or elbows. Knowing each side of the body is different, and that's okay. Knowing you can adjust as much as you need to while on your mat. And knowing that if something ever just does not feel right or feel good to you, you can always move out of it. Take a child's pose. Move into your shavasana. It really is your practice. If you'd like, I'd invite you to bend that right leg, reach back with the left hand, finding the foot, and sinking in for that revolved lizard, sinking into the left hip, stretching through the right quad, twisting through the thoracic spine. Carefully release on an inhale. Hands come back to the mat. Left foot comes right next to the left hand. Tuck those right toes. Lift the back knee. High lizard lunge. Inhale, high plank. Hold it here. Ground down into the right hand. Left side lifts. Ooh, side plant. Feet can be stacked, staggered to the bottom knee down. Wherever you are, lift those hips nice and high. One inhale here. Exhale, high plank, holding it there. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Rising up. Settling in, right knee over right ankle, active. Let's see, left knee over left ankle, active right quad. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Elbow inside the knee, on top of the knee, or maybe on a block. Heart and hips opening to the right. Both glutes are active, core is engaged. Inhale, warrior two. One more inhale here. Exhale, half series. Hands to the mat. Finding your favorite way back to downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Take an inhale here. Exhale, forearms to the mat, dolphin pose. So it's just like down dog, but on the forearms. Your head is not touching the mat. Knees can be bent. Press the heart towards the thighs, away from the mat. Core is engaged. Hips pressed towards the ceiling. Inhale, stretch it out long, low plank, forearm plank. Exhale, belly to the mat. Take a moment right here. Rest one cheek on the mat. We're going to set up for our peak pose of bow pose now. And we're going to move through half bow first and then into our full bow. If bow is already in your practice and you would like to take full bow several times, feel free to go ahead and do that. We're going to bring our elbows right under our shoulders, setting up almost like if we're going to take a Sphinx pose. Feet are pointing straight back, collarbones are broad, shoulders are down the back. Ground down into this left arm, bend the right knee, reach back with your right hand to the inside or outside of your foot or ankle. Engage the core, both hip points are on the floor. Inhale, kick the foot into your hands, stretching through the front of the right shoulder and chest, and then lifting that back knee. The counter pressure helps lift. Exhale, bring it down, release the foot in right hand. Ground down into that right hand this time, bend the left knee, reach back with the left hand to take that half bow on this side. Inhale, kick into the hand, lifting the knee from the floor, stretching through the front of the chest. Exhale, lower it down. Now we are going to take our full bow, grabbing both of the feet, balancing between both hip bones, allowing the pressure from us kicking into our feet to help lift and pull the chest back, stretching through the front of the chest and collarbones, opening the heart. You should not feel pain in your lower back. Our gaze will be right down our nose for a neutral neck. We're not looking around when we're in our back bends. So to set up, bend both knees. Reach back with both hands. Exhale everything out right here. Inhale, lift. Kick the feet into the hands. Flex the toes. Balancing right between the two hip bones. Kicking as hard as you can, helping lift the knees from the ground and lift the chest. Remembering to breathe. One more inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Rest your favorite cheek on the mat. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper the feet side to side. Bring hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, find your tabletop on an inhale. Exhale, passive child's pose. Forehead to the mat, knees closed, arms reach back towards the heels. Countering that deep back bend. Hands come under the shoulders. Inhale through tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, knee bends, hips fall open. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee comes to right wrist. Left leg is straight behind the hip. You can place a block underneath that right hip for support. Inhale for a straight spine. Exhale, fold it forward, putting that pigeon to sleep. Coming back to those long inhales and exhales. Maybe trying to exhale out anything negative that isn't serving you right this moment. If you would like to move through pigeon variations, you can. Or you can stay in your sleeping pigeon. If you would like to take that mermaid pose, you can bend the left knee, reach back with the left hand, coming into just the quad stretch. Or if you have it in your practice, you could bring the toes to the elbow crease. Maybe you reach back with that right hand, connecting fingers for mermaid. If king pigeon is in your practice, you could also flip your grip and take that king pigeon pose. Wherever you are, we all meet in our sleeping pigeon. Bring hands under the shoulders if they're not. Tuck those left toes. Inhale, high plank, hold it here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, knee bends, hips fall open. Exhale, half pigeon, left knee, left wrist. Right leg is straight out behind you. That block can come under the left hip for support. Right leg is straight out from the hip. You can look back and check to make sure. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Knowing each side of the body is different. It's okay if you need to adjust or if this side feels tighter than the other. Trying to find something to let go on every exhale. Negative emotions. Maybe you had a lot of feelings bubble up through practice. Come back to that breath, those long inhales and long exhales. Every exhale, let it out. Release any extra tension you're unnecessarily holding in the body. And just like before, if you'd like to take those pigeon variations, if they're in your practice, you can bend that right knee, reaching back with the right hand this time, taking just the quad stretch, or maybe finding that mermaid variation. If king pigeon's in your practice and you would like to flip your grip, you could do that now as well. Everybody releases and we all meet in that sleeping pigeon. Bring hands under the shoulders if they're not. Tuck the right toes. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, tabletop this time. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle. Right shoulder and cheek to the mat, hips stay high. Left hand can stay in front of the face or maybe crawl to the top of the mat. You're trying to pull the left shoulder back and right shoulder under. Drawing that Right shoulder away from the spine. Bring the left hand back in front of the face. Inhale, press yourself up, right arm reaches high. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread the needle. Left shoulder and cheek to the mat. Hips are high. Right hand crawls over the head, stays next to the face, or goes wherever you find it most comfortable. Trying now to draw that left shoulder under, right shoulder back. Pulling that left shoulder away from the spine. Bring that right hand back next to the face. Inhale, press yourself up, left arm reaches. Exhale, tabletop. Swing your feet one way or another and find your seat of Dandasana or staff pose. Legs extended long. Get a good connection to your mat. You could move the sit bones out from beneath you. Legs extend or active, shoulders are down the back, hands come down by the sides, pressing into the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. And I want us to keep our heart up today. Instead of letting everything droop and fall, try and shine that heart forward. So you may have hands on the calves, the feet, toes, a block, your strap maybe, wherever that is for you. Pull the shoulders back as you shine the heart forward. Inhale to rise up. Scooch the hips forward, bring the feet to the mat, arms reach forward. On your exhale, roll down the spine one vertebrae at a time. When you arrive on your back, find that happy baby, grabbing inside of the feet, outside of the feet, big toes, ankles, back of the knees, whatever feels good for you. Let everything go here. You can rock side to side, straighten one leg or the other. Completely relaxing. Draw knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. Keep hold of the right knee, let the left leg fall down the mat. Draw that knee across the body for supine twist. Teeing or cactusing out the arms. Trying to keep both shoulder blades connected to the mat. Maybe using the left hand to press the right knee over. Bring the knees back through center. Give yourself another hug. Keep hold of the left knee this time. Right leg falls down the mat. Tee or cactus out the arms. Draw that right knee across the body for supine twist the other way. Both shoulder blades stay connected to the mat. Maybe the right hand helps draw the left knee over. Bring the knees back through center. Give yourself a hug. Maybe get nice and tiny. And then bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And we're going to have two options for this second to last posture. We're either going to take a supported bridge by bringing your block or a pillow or something underneath the bottom of the hips, staying here, or maybe extending the legs straight up for waterfall pose. Or, if you are nearby a wall and would like to take legs up the wall, you can take yourself right there. And you can leave hips flat on the ground for legs up against the wall. And let me tell you, this is not always the easiest to get into. Or you could lift the hips onto a block, which is not working for me right now. But wherever you are, find whatever posture works best for you, either supported bridge, waterfall, or maybe legs up the wall. Hands can be by the sides, on the hips, or maybe bring one to the heart and one to the belly. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe you can feel your breath as it starts to deepen and lengthen, returning more to normal. Maybe you can feel some of those walls or armor beginning to melt away. If you are in legs up the wall, you are welcome to stay right here for your Shavasana as well. If you are in your supported bridge pose or waterfall, please bring weight into the soles of the feet, lift the hips, remove your block, and come back to your mat on your back. Everyone draw knees into the chest, maybe make yourself nice and tiny. And when you feel ready, release both feet to the foot of the mat, toes relax out, arms come down by the sides, palms face up. Every muscle relaxes, eyes close, sinking into stillness for Shavasana. If you would like to stay in your Shavasana, you are welcome to stay as long as you like. If you would like to begin waking up, start deepening your breathing, bringing awareness back to the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Maybe take a big stretch. And when it feels right for you, you can roll onto your favorite side into the fetal position, using the lower arm to cradle the head. Adjusting to being awake from the sleep of our corpse pose. And when it feels right, you can press yourself up into your comfortable seated position. Cross-legged, hands can be in the lap, or maybe at heart center if that's comfortable for you. Eyes can gaze down softly, or maybe even close. Knees fall towards the mat, shoulders relax down the back, spine is nice and straight. Feeling relaxed and open after your practice. The effects of opening the heart can last long after we've rolled up our yoga mats. It has the power to positively affect the way you see yourself and the way you see the world around you, giving you greater understanding of your own true self and giving you empathy and understanding to the universe and everything in it. Loka samasta sukhina bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.